Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, everybody. We are a very funny wrestling podcast out of Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew, that's Dusty.
Hey.
Subscribe to our YouTube and our TikTok and our Blue Sky. How about that?
Yeah, and when you're on YouTube, guess what you get to see? No!
Oh, did it die already?
No! Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
He's
that
not...
thing just eats up batteries. Nom, nom, nom,
Yeah.
like Jameis Winston eating W's.
He's...
My wife told me that I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down.
Dude, I hate this guy. I fucking hate him.
What if every year for your birthday I just buy you the one of those that has more jokes in it?
You just like reload the jokes.
Yeah.
This guy should just resell them every year and just have, oh no, this time it's got different jokes on it.
Well, there were ones that were like preloaded, like 1,000 jokes, 500 jokes, 2,000 jokes. And I don't know if it's all the same guy, but I'm willing to put in, at least on the money end, I'm willing to put in the research necessary.
200,000 jokes.
That's the one that he's waiting. Like, that's going to set his estate up for years, you know.
It's at $1,500 for 200,000 jokes.
That actually is not a bad segue into what we're doing today. So today is one of our deep dive episodes. I wanted to do something just kind of fun. So what I've done is I've sent Andrew blindly. Last week I sent him 4 matches with event name, time code. That's it.
Yeah.
And I told him beforehand, these are what I consider to be 4 of the worst gimmick matches in the history of WWE. And I looked at some lists. I did some compiling. Like, I aggregated this, and then I picked the ones that I thought would be the most interesting to talk about. But everybody, wrestling itself is a gimmick. Wacky Waving Inflatable Man's a gimmick.
Yeah.
The Dad Jokes guy is a gimmick. Like, there are good gimmicks, and there are bad gimmicks. Much like there are good gimmick matches and there are bad gimmick matches.
Yeah, there's Bray Wyatt and there's the Fiend.
Right.
Good gimmick.
Two sides of the same coin.
Some things, if you look at them from a slightly different angle, get really poopy.
Yeah, get real bad. So that's what we're doing today on the show. So first, I have to put some stuff out there. I could have picked exclusively bad Undertaker gimmick matches. Maybe that's a future episode that we do where we just talk about Teflon Mark Calloway, because that man has been in a litany of terrible gimmick matches throughout his career.
Yeah, he's very, I mean, the casket match / grave match, because there was the casket match, and then there's one where there's the dirt grave right by the ramp, right?
The buried alive match.
Buried alive, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The buried alive match.
So there's the casket match where you're dead, and there's the buried alive match where you're alive.
Oh, okay. You gotta be dead to be put in a casket. Everybody knows that. Nobody alive has ever been in a casket.
No. The Punjabi prison match. That's an Undertaker favorite. Like the last rites match. He's just been the gimmick of the Undertaker lends itself to what turns out to be a lot of terrible matches or match types, you know.
It's because the gimmick, you can't go outside of the Undertaker gimmick. Like, you've gotten us to believe that he's a dead man, right? And like, it's cool that he has the walk up and it's cool that he has all these things, but once you start acting on any of it, everybody's going to start yawning and doing the jerk off motion with their hands. You know what I mean? Well, like, you just can't do it.
And that's kind of like a running theme throughout this episode, I think, is like, there is a line even within pro wrestling where you're asking the audience to go too far. Like, yeah. I'm willing to suspend my disbelief a long way. I'll go a long ride with you. But at a certain point, you've turned the corner in away from any credibility that I could possibly give you with this thing, right?
We want to see the stink face. I don't care to see Rikishi stinking up his ass. You know, like,
right?
I believe that it's stinky. Like, I don't have to see the whole process,
right?
How it's made.
You can get me there. I believe that there's
Yeah.
stink on that man. So I could like there's an Inferno matches, but those are all bad. There's a like there's all these different types of matches that are very silly, even ones that are old school, like the first blood match is always one that I think is stupid because the first blood match is supposed to be like the feud defining match type. You and I hate each other so bad, there's no other way to solve it, and then it's who can make the other one bleed first. But if I make you bleed, then I don't get to beat you up anymore. Like that to me seems like to defeat the purpose of a blood feud. Like it just
Yeah,
it
100%.
sounds cool. It sounds cool in practice until you think about like, well, if I just punch this guy a bunch of times, he's gonna bleed from his head, and then that's it. Then I don't get to beat him up anymore.
And
At
it's
least
the
in
same thing
like
with
a
the. Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was gonna say, or like a tables match. As soon as you break that table, the match is over. I don't get to beat you up anymore, and I only get the satisfaction of putting you through one table.
Well, and it's very much like, because I agree, it's like the leather strap match. Like, it seems very limiting. You know, I don't understand
Yeah,
this whole, like, you're tied to him, so you're not going to be as dynamic. You're not going to be able to beat him up as bad. You got to drag him. He's always got to kind of help you drag him because he's a grown man. Like,
right,
there's a lot of gimmick matches that, and we've talked about this. I don't really like any gimmick matches. I don't know if there's any that I like.
right,
Like the bra and panties match was, I understand it. I understand why they did it.
right.
I don't like it. I'm not a big fan.
Uh,
The Punjabi prison match. I can't see.
yeah, it's tough. I've also heard that it's like it's really painful. Like whatever the bamboo is, it has like rebar in it. So like then you got guys that don't want to bump into the prison. So then it's hard to see, and it doesn't have the finality of like, oh, they've built up to this thing. Like I love like dog collar matches. I think are the good version of strap matches. I think a dog collar match is very intense, and you could do a lot of stuff, and it feels like a blood feud between two guys that hate each other. Um, I like an I Quit match. I think an I Quit match is a good gimmick match.
That's one of the better ones for sure. I think that's good. Blindfold matches suck.
Blindfold matches are bad. Yeah. Ladder matches are played out, but I think a ladder match is a good gimmick match.
Okay, so I guess ladder matches do count, huh? Because it's like, it's not a
yeah, it's an
normal match.
alternate.
You don't win by
Yeah.
pin. You win by getting the thing. I guess since since I'm used to it, I don't consider it a gimmick match, but it is a gimmick
Right.
match. So we're talking cage matches as well.
Yeah, Hell in the Cell I think is really good. Cage matches are like great gimmick matches. I think the defining factor here, and I made a little rubric that I'm going to grade the matches on tonight, which is like a good gimmick match is one that is very easy to explain. It's like a TV show pitch. If I can pitch you the gimmick match in one sentence, then I think the premise is promising. Dog collar match. They put dog collars around these two guys' necks. There's a giant chain. They beat the shit out of each other. Great.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Cage match. These two guys hate each other. We're going to put them in a cage. Awesome. They have to fight to the death.
Yeah, I just my struggle with cage match and Hell in a Cell match is they have to like slowly, because at almost any given time somebody can get out of that cage. Like it's not that hard. It's not as hard as they present it to get out of the cage.
That's a wrestling issue in general.
Yeah.
You also hate the slow crawl for the tag, which is
I like that. No, I like that.
Oh, I thought you hated that.
No, I'm for it because you could be hurt. You could be hurt and crawling slow. There are certain times when it seems forced, but like no, I like that. It sets up the hot tag. I just don't like when people have to like wait. Like
the slow ladder climb also bad. That's a bad one.
Yes, that one's awful. It's like
very
when
slow...
the guy's very clearly waiting for somebody to come knock the ladder. Like,
Yeah.
where is R-Truth? Where is he?
What happened to him? Yeah, so I think a good gimmick match, the premise is very concise and clear.
Okay.
There are clear rules for how you win and how you lose, and there's an element of danger to it that feels realistic. I think those are like the components that make a good gimmick match.
Yeah, does it raise the stakes? Does it like, because like,
Does it believably raise the stakes? I think is a way to put it.
You want it to be, I'm so mad at you, I'm going to make it this type of match because then I get to do this to you.
Yeah, exactly. So the first one that we watched in our terrible gimmicks match breakdown here is from In Your House 5 Seasons Beatings. How you like that?
It's a great name. It's a great name.
December 17th, 1995, from Hershey, Pennsylvania, at the Hershey Park Arena. 7,289 people in attendance for this. This is one of the old In Your House pay-per-views that was like $14.95. It was 2 hours, which I know you like. And they used to just like, it was the in-betweens. So you get like probably one good match, and then you get to see the continuation of some storylines. And it's cheaper than one of your big 5 pay-per-views.
Listen, I like almost all of those things. I think I wish every pay-per-view was In Your House. It's pay-per-views don't need to be 4 hours. I've never seen a 4-hour pay-per-view that had nothing that I was like, you know what, we could have gotten rid of that. You know what I mean? So there's also, you got 2 gimmick matches on this In Your House.
Yes, that's another thing. Your gimmick matches, there should be a limited supply of gimmick match in the...
Yeah, but this is the 90s, dog.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, you know? Okay, so this is, of course, everybody knows, Henry Godwinn versus Triple H in a hog pin match. The reason for this, Triple H, snooty blue blood aristocrat, horse riding pants when he comes out.
He's clean.
He's fighting a hog farmer, Henry O. Godwinn. For anybody who doesn't know, that spells hog. So...
Oh, Jesus Christ, it does spell hog.
It's hog versus 3 H's. Of course, the first person to get thrown into the pen of hogs is the loser. They start the match in the ring. They announce Hillbilly Jim is going to be the special guest referee, which is unfair to Triple H. I imagine
let one of the guy's friends be the special guest referee.
Yeah, he's a homer. Like if you look at him, you're like, oh, I wonder who Hillbilly Jim's going for.
Yeah, Hillbilly Jim, big aristocrat, Buckingham Palace. By the way, in 1994, Henry O. Godwinn won a Slammy Award.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was for?
Stinkiest wrestler.
Most smelliest.
Yeah. I mean, of the does it have the also rans?
Tied with Duke Droese.
Oh yeah.
Dracy. How do you say his name?
Duke Droese.
Get a just different name. We need a different name, you know? But most smelliest. I don't know who came up with that.
Well, I believe that was also when he was a heel. This is our beloved babyface farmer, Henry Godwinn.
Jesus Christ, he's a babyface, huh?
This is around the time of
blue blood. You're not going to be the babyface.
Yeah, this is around the time of Farm Aid. People really care about the farms, you know. So
and then God made a farmer.
Yeah, that's Neil Young's favorite wrestler you're talking about right there.
I've been to Arkansas. I've been to Oklahoma. He was working on it.
Of course, Henry Godwinn comes out. He's got his bucket full of slop, which I will say is gross. Don't bring that to the ring.
Slop. Anything you call slop is gross. And this seemed to have like lettuce in it. I
It
don't
had
know.
chunks. Yeah,
I
I
was
don't like.
wondering like what they made their slop out of, but there was definitely lettuce in it. I saw lettuce.
Yeah, some unfortunate soul who was underpaid, who worked for WWE, got the slop on him. I quit that day. I tell you what,
I think people in the front row got the slop on them. Like they're like,
yeah,
and some mud. And I was wondering because these guys. So there's a ring. So just so everybody knows, the way to win this match is to throw your opponent into the hog pen. There's probably what
right.
like 7 to 10 like real pigs.
Yeah, there's
Shoot
like
pigs.
6. Yeah, these pigs aren't workers. These are legit pigs.
There's shoot as shoot gets, and there's slop. I mean, there's this is a sty. It is a sty. There is
Yes.
mud, and presumably other sty things in there, and so it's a sty pen.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
fuck
there
yeah,
it is.
dude. But so he. At one point, anyway, we'll get to the how people, but they had to use. How many seats do you think they lost to put a pigsty in there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that area is kind of blocked off normally anyway. Like it's by the ramp. You know, they essentially they set up a pig pen kind of adjacent to the ring in its own area, where you could see like the blue mat, the tarp they put down to put the pig sty stuff on top of it, and then built like a corral for the pigs, essentially. But think about how many pay-per-views they sold. Think about the maybe you lose a few dozen seats in the arena, but think about the
hundreds
payments,
of thousands
hundreds
of,
of thousands of people paying to
like,
see
God
Triple H go in that slop, dude.
Calling him slurs and just hoping.
It's I mean, here's the thing. Triple H plays this up very well. Like when he walks by the pigsty, he's got the stink face on. He's he's looking like he can smell it, and Lawler's selling it for him. It's a match. It is also a bad gimmick match trope. It hinders how good the wrestling can be. A good gimmick match should not do that. So a bad gimmick match hinders how good your wrestling match can be. Because like nobody wants to see these two guys fight in the ring, and they really don't. There's not a lot of wrestling in the ring area because they want to see somebody go in the mud. That's the whole point of this match.
Yeah, it's Chekhov's slop, you know.
Right. If you call it a hog pin match and I paid my $14.95, somebody's going in the mud. That is what I want. I'm not like, man, give me a 5-star match, then somebody goes in the mud. No, I want mud, and I want it as quickly as you can dispense it to me.
Apparently, they like toured house shows this whole time with Henry Godwin covering Triple H in slop in every city.
Ugh, there's a lot about the wrestling business I don't like. For the kind of person that I am, that's the worst thing about it. If they were like, you're wrestling the pig farmer babyface, and also every night he's going to throw gross, disgusting slop on you for a few thousand people in Wichita County to see.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
We'll give you $50.
Yeah,
you'll like it. There's just, as a snob, because I'm reading a Triple H interview about this. As a snob heel, what better thing could happen than you get thrown into a pen with pig poop? I could have done with maybe not quite as much poop. Those pigs were big and had been in there all day, so there actually was.
Oh, of course, the pig doesn't know that it's a gimmick.
I figured they would have plugged them up.
No, the pig's just doing pig stuff. They borrowed it from a farmer, I assume. That dude's not gonna.
They did
risk...
borrow it from a farmer.
Yeah, they're in Pennsylvania. They just called a guy. Do you have 6 hogs we can borrow for the day? So they
told Triple H be careful because the pigs will bite his finger clean off.
Jesus Christ.
See, this is what I'm wondering. Something fucked up Triple H in this match, and I'm wondering if he got an infection because he was bleeding and then got thrown on the pig poop. Because when he was bleeding at the end, and anyway.
Yeah. This, like, there's almost nothing to recap in this match. Like, they wrestle in the ring for a little bit. They do a couple of good teases of Triple H going in the pig slop. Like, he goes to Pedigree, Henry Godwinn, and Henry Godwinn almost backdrops him into the pig slop, and Triple H is on top of the gate, and he drops an elbow from the top of the gate. Triple H messed his back up. He gets thrown into the metal gate where that holds the pigs in. He takes that back first, but he's not wearing a shirt, so it gashed his back really bad.
Yeah, he had to have 15 stitches.
Yeah, and you can tell, like, and this is in a time where they don't do blood in WWE, and his back is just all chewed up from running into this gate. And then Henry Godwinn.
These guys are talking as if they did this. They're talking as if this was the Foley falling off the cell. Like they're talking about how they went backstage and everybody was like, that was such good work. And Triple H is saying it was the first memorable thing that he did in his career. And like,
well, it is memorable. Like, he hadn't really done anything. He was like, this is his first major feud, if I remember right. Because he was just beating job guys, and then he gets into the natural enemies, the hog farmer and the aristocrat, as it were. So he's he is right, and it was novel for 1995. Like, Triple H eventually backdrops Henry Godwinn into the hog pen, so the hog farmer loses his gimmick match, which has just got to sting.
It's you don't not in front of you don't want to lose in front of your hogs. They'll never
they won't
they'll never respect you again.
Yeah, as a leader. That's how you get an animal farm situation going. Those pigs are going to rise up against you if they find out you lost the hog pen match.
Do you know okay, so you know what happened to the hogs afterwards?
I'm assuming eventually I know.
I mean, they were all no, that Matt Hardy was backstage, and apparently somebody asked Owen Hart what they're supposed to do. I don't know why you ask Owen Hart.
He's got a trusting face.
Yeah, Blue Blazer, come here. Yeah, I know it was Blue Blazer at the time, but like you in the pink, come here. Where do I put these pigs? And he had taken the nameplate off of Vince's office, and they put all the pigs in Vince's office.
That's a good joke. And
quite a rib.
Yeah, Vince earned it. You know,
I'll call that a pork rib, huh?
That's all right. That's it. That's the end of the podcast.
I get two of them.
Yeah.
Shame on Jerry Lawler.
Go ahead. For which particular thing are we shaming Jerry Lawler?
He's just stealing Jeff Foxworthy's bit this entire match.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any credit.
He's doing, what is it? You might be a pig farmer, right?
You might be from Bitters, Arkansas, is what he said.
Oh yeah. You might be from Bitters, Arkansas.
He hits him with, if going to the bathroom in the middle of the night requires shoes and a flashlight, you might be from Bitters, Arkansas. If your 2-year-old has more teeth than you do, you might be from Bitters, Arkansas. And he's giggling his little ass off like he's not stealing one of the most famous bits in comedy. That had gone platinum by then, Dusty.
Yeah, I assume he just thought, like, nobody's ever going to know. Because only the people that bought this pay-per-view or watched it on VHS are ever going to know that I'm straight up lifting Jeff Foxworthy material.
Venn diagram, Jerry. The motherfuckers who are going to buy in your house 5 to watch the Arkansas pig pen match are also the guys who are definitely buying Jeff Foxworthy calendars and the VHS tape.
Yeah, the T-shirt.
They got the cassette in their car.
A friend of mine's uncle had all of Jeff Foxworthy's comedy albums on CD, and we would in the house, and he would just put them on like they were music, and you'd just sit and listen to him just run through bits.
Well, listen, man, we've talked about it. Ron White, Jeff
Yep.
Foxworthy,
Yep.
Larry the Cable Guy, Bill Engvall.
5,000
In that
feet,
order.
5,000 feet of crap, Bill Engvall.
Yeah, in that order. Go fuck yourself if you think otherwise.
Well, and also this was the same uncle that had the Ray Stevens VHS music videos collection. So this was a man of culture, as far as I could. As
Which
far as
one's
I knew.
Ray Stevens? Is
The
that Hello Mudda,
Streak.
Hello Fada?
No, the
Oh,
Streak.
The
Yeah,
Streak. Okay.
and the Great Squirrel Revival. He had a million of them. He was
This guy. Okay, I'm
he's the
starting to
king.
I'm painting a picture of this guy.
Yeah. He's but of course afterwards you can't have Henry Godwinn just lose and get nothing. So after the match he grabs Triple H, brings him into the pig pen, like gorilla press slams him face first into the doo-doo.
Into the doo-doo.
And then they play the Pig Time Jamboree Henry Godwinn song, and him and Hillbilly Jim apparently presumably go and just drink 100 beers backstage. I did appreciate that Triple H takes a few pratfalls on his he's got it. He has to. That's the heel's job.
It really, based on the article that I read rudely on the podcast, I found it and I didn't find it before this.
Right.
He seemed to really enjoy the face in the doo-doo. Like I think Triple H, I know he has signed the blood contract with the Saudi Arabian government now.
Yeah.
But it seemed like he understood the business to the point where he even liked getting slop poured on him, city by city. So he's being extra flaily, and you can tell he's trying to just throw mud around the arena, which would suck. I mean, if you inevitably, bro, I would have wore my new shoes to In Your House 5 because I don't go in public very often, and I haven't shown off these shoes in a while.
You'd have your Yeezys on.
Shit is gonna land right on top of it.
Yeah. Your Jordan 5s or whatever.
Not my alligator naders.
This match, 8 minutes 58 seconds. This got 1 star, which I like. There's not a lot here, but I find this to be very inoffensive. On my gimmick scale match qualification, I give this about a 7. It's a very easy concept to understand. It has defined rules, and it has a cool sort of vibe to it in general. Because there's a set almost where it's oh, that's not a thing you normally see. It doesn't lead to a great wrestling match, unfortunately, because this match is terrible. But as far as gimmick matches go, I'm giving the Gimmick a 7 because I could see hog pin match drawing money,
and it's a spectacle. It is stupid.
Yeah.
It is intentionally stupid and intentionally gross. It's very funny that you're supposed to get your guy over there, but you guys both agree to start fighting over here in this ring 100 feet away for some reason. But it's some carny, old school. Hey, you know what was funny when they threw that British guy into the pig pen bullshit, right?
Yeah.
We'll get to some more offensive bullshit later on in the program.
Yeah. This pay-per-view also has an incredible Bret Hart versus British Bulldog match for the WWF title that got 4.5 stars. Really great match where Bret Hart bleeds a fucking gusher while pretending that he didn't cut himself open because they didn't allow blood in WWE at that point. And then the Undertaker defeated King Mabel in the other casket match, which got a 1.5 stars, which I feel like is generous to that casket match because I remember it being not very good.
There's just there's 2 dark matches after the main event.
Yeah, well, that's for the people. You paid the money. You get to see Barry Horowitz, the Smoking Guns, and Hakushi versus Dr. Isaac Yankem, Skip, Yokozuna, and Zip. Don't forget Zip.
Well, and freaking Goldust versus Duke Droese or whatever his name is. So
and there was a pre-dark match, the main show.
Bob Backlund
versus Savio Vega. So you paid your $26. They were packing them in for you.
How long was Bob Backlund the NWA champion?
He was the WWF champion for 5 years.
Oh, was it WWF? I thought he
yeah.
was NWA champ.
No, 1978 to 1983.
He was a champ for 5 years.
Yeah.
And he's in the dark match before fucking an Arkansas hog pen match.
Yeah.
He's in the dark match before Ahmed Johnson defeats Buddy Landell in 45 seconds.
Yeah, this is old Bob Backlund though, so you have to remember this is not prime Backlund.
It's still Bob Backlund, man.
He was still the
still looks
champ.
like Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, he was still the champ. So, all right. So I'm saying hog pin. We both agree, decent gimmick for a gimmick match, even though this match is bad.
I don't agree that it's a fine gimmick. I'd
It's
go
fine, right?
Fine is like a sliver below decent for me. You
Okay.
know?
Up next, we're talking Unforgiven, 1999. I dub thee. Yeah, wherein
when I feel I don't know the words of that song. What I've shown.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty much Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte Coliseum, 15,779 people. WWE Hot, 1999. Red Hot on MTV. Fucking Stone Cold's out. Nobody cares. It's the hottest the company ever was, ratings wise. But at this Unforgiven show, they decided that they were going to put on Al Snow versus the Big Boss Man in a Kennel from Hell match. Andrew, as a person who's never seen, I don't know if you even heard. Had you ever heard of the Kennel from Hell?
I had never heard of the Kennel from Hell match.
What are your initial thoughts whenever you pull this up on Peacock after I gave you the time code? As my cat takes over.
This is very similar to, I was critical of, was it Chainsaw Charlie?
Yes.
Because there's no way that these dogs are going to have anything to do with this match. These guys didn't come out with protective dog gear. They're not going to let a dog maul Al Snow in the middle of the ring. There are snipers surrounding this entire place, ready to Harambe one of these dogs if it gets any sort of idea.
Yeah. This, of course, is a Vince Russo special. This is an all-time Vince Russo idea. Leading up to this, Al Snow is the hardcore champion. He has defeated the Big Boss Man for the hardcore championship. Al Snow, I don't remember if this is exactly the time. It feels like it might have been. He comes to the ring with a mannequin head. And on Al Snow's head, he's written, "Help me." And on the mannequin head, he's written, "Help me," because Al Snow is an insane person who talks to the head. The head talks back to him. They're in cahoots with one another. And the head is the brain of the operation.
The head is in on it.
Yeah. But I believe around this time there was controversy. The Walmart action figure of Al Snow came with the head, and somebody was like, "That looks like the disemboweled head of a woman that has the words 'help me' written on it," or the decapitated head, I guess, of a woman who has the words 'help me' written on it. And so there's this whole big thing about the Al Snow action figure and like, what does the head represent? And it's like, you're reading too much into it. The head is not anything. It's just a mannequin head. The head, as far as I'm concerned, there's no gender aside to that. I never thought about it until somebody was like, "Hey, what's the deal with the head?"
It's just annoying, offended people. But like, I think the most offensive thing about the head was, wouldn't they always like make like sexual innuendo jokes, like "give me head" and stuff like that?
Well, it was Al Snow's theme song, "What does everybody want?" And then the crowd chants "head." And what does everybody need? Like, yeah. So of course that's part of it. I'm comically offended by that. Like, that is like, right. I'm not actually offended.
It's an affront to comedy. That is some ECW like
Well, that's where he did the gimmick first, and it got over.
It's so ECW for people to be like, "You get it, dude? It says we all want head." You know, this guy, he walks in, he's got this thing. We all say that we want head. You guys just follow along.
Yeah. It costs $8 to get in here. Come on.
That guy over there, his name's Balls Mahoney. And he's wrestling Big Dick Dudley tonight.
Yeah.
Shut up. You guys are cool. You guys are so cool.
It's fucking sick. There's a dude who drinks on the way to the ring. He's not like Steve Austin where he drinks after the match. He drinks on the way to the ring. Dude.
He's got like a cigarette and he makes himself bleed.
Yeah. And he's like,
listen,
I don't know, not a very good wrestler, but he's out there. He's doing it.
Listen, I'm messing around shitting on the Sandman. The rest of that stuff's stupid.
Yeah. No. But I will never shit on the Sandman. So they wanted Al Snow like to move him away from the head gimmick. And so they gave him a dog named Pepper. It was like a little Chihuahua that was his dog, and he would bring it to the ring and he'd dress it in little outfits and stuff. And then Pepper, he goes missing. Pepper the dog is missing. And I listened to an interview today with Al Snow where he said that on a segment where he was supposed to hold up a "Where's Pepper" or "Help me find Pepper" sign, he wrote Val Venus's phone number on the sign. And had it on Monday Night Raw. So then Val Venus's phone blew up for like weeks, which is great because Val Venus stinks. So I'm happy.
He used to answer the phone. This is Valboski.
This is Big Valboski.
Talk to me. It's Valboski.
Yeah, you're talking to Valboski. Then the big boss man's like, I want to squash the beef. I'm not like Eminem. I will squash a beef. Come over to my hotel room. I cooked us dinner. And then, of course, because Al Snow's a lovable, gullible man, he goes to his enemy's hotel room. And
the big boss man ended up being another wrestler dead for making a soup for a man who used to carry a head. How about that?
How about that? That's nice. Yeah. So they start eating the food. And Big Boss Man's like, how's your food? And Al Snow's like, it's pretty good. And he goes, are you sure? Sure it doesn't need pepper? So then it's revealed, to the surprise of no one, Big Boss Man kidnapped, killed, and then cooked the dog Pepper to feed to his owner, which is on the level of messed up things to do to somebody pretty high. Somebody do that to me, motherfucker better kill me. I kill a motherfucker.
That is so Vince Russo. Is he still with the company at this point? He's got to be, right?
Yeah, this is a from head to tail. This is a Vince Russo idea.
Because wasn't he in WCW in 2000?
He was in WCW a month later in 1999.
This was his curtain call.
Yeah,
his piece de resistance.
I know how I'll get the WCW ratings up. I'll write a storyline where we eat a dog before I leave. How's that grab you? So of course now Al Snow's out for revenge. So he doesn't call the cops. He doesn't call any authority at all. He just challenges the Big Boss Man to a Kennel from Hell match, which is essentially the big blue cage that the WWF used throughout all the 80s and like the mid 90s in the surrounding the ring. And then on top of that, they put the big ass Hell in the Cell on top of the ring and that cage. And outside the Hell in the Cell cage are dogs, vicious dogs. In theory, Rottweilers that are patrolling the area, and are
in theory,
yeah. And if you get thrown out of the ring, the dogs are gonna bite your ass.
In theory, they're gonna bite your
ass. That's the selling point of the match. That's in theory. These are the things that are going to happen. Would you be astounded, Andrew, to know that my mother paid $30 for me to watch this live on pay-per-view?
Okay. Yeah, I would, because your mom was poor. God damn it, you ruined that woman's life, dude. You know what? You know what she could have eaten that week?
It was her idea. we were watching Sunday Night Heat, and she was like, "Do you want to watch? Do you want this pay-per-view?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna say no
Dude,
to Unforgiven. Goddamn Kendall from hell, dude."
I miss you, Kathy. That is, we stand. My mom loved me so much.
We stand a
So
legend,
much
dude.
my mom loved me.
Yeah.
My mom would have never said, "Do you want to watch Unforgiven 1999?"
She would have never plopped down the cash for you to see the Kendall from
No.
hell.
No.
And the true tragedy is, like, if you look up the match ratings on this card, this card stinks. It's all stink. From top to bottom, this is one of the worst pay-per-views
Listen, dude.
in history. And you wouldn't think it just looking at the matches and who's involved. Terrible.
You've got Val Venus defeating Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown over Mark Henry.
Hold on. You say the match names, I'll give you the ratings.
Okay,
Star and a half for Val Venus versus
one?
Steve Blackman. Yep.
D'Lo versus Mark Henry.
Half a star.
Fuck. I bet this one brought the house down. Double J Jeff Jarrett with Miss Kitty defeating China by DQ.
2 1/4.
I'm guessing Double J took a guitar to the forehead, but I'm not sure.
Yes, and then he drops the belt the next month to China after he holds up Vince McMahon for like $500,000, which rules. That's JEFF JARRETT.
You pay that, man.
Yeah.
The Acolytes, which is Bradshaw and Farouk defeating the Dudley Boys in a tag team match.
That's a crisp half a star.
Jesus Christ. Ivory, this is the one.
Yeah.
Ivory defeating Luna Vachon in a hardcore match for the WWF Women's Championship. Give it to me, Dusty.
That's a crisp, even crisper quarter of a star.
Man, I was sure that when I saw that it was 3 minutes and 37 seconds long, I was sure it was going to be good. All right, this one.
This is your guys. This is a referendum on your guys.
This one's bulletproof. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the New Age Outlaws, which is the Road Dogg Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn, defeating one of the greatest tag teams in history, Edge and Christian, for the WWF Tag Team Championship. Dusty, hit me with it.
That's going to go ahead and... you didn't know that got 2 1/4 stars?
You better tell somebody.
You better call somebody. This was like Edge and Christian are basically nobodies right now. They're like essentially zilches on the card. Then they get this tag title match, which was cool. I was psyched about it. Goes 11 minutes, 2 1/4 stars.
Fuck. And then you've got the Kendall from Hell match, which I'm sure was 5 stars, but we can skip
we'll withhold judgment for now.
X-Pac. Okay. You got X-Pac, wrestling legend.
Mm-hmm.
This is post WCW, so people know who X-Pac is. You know. Yeah. Defeating Chris Jericho. Okay.
New to the company, Chris Jericho, by the way.
This is Y2J.
This is his first pay-per-view match.
Okay. This was like big time. This is a big deal. 13 minutes and 10 seconds. X-Pac won by DQ, which is so sick, dude.
Yeah.
You bring a guy over and he loses by DQ.
Yep. Chris Jericho, all-time great. I'll say Sean Waltman, all-time great.
Awesome.
1.5
stars. Fuck. Do you remember how he got DQ'd?
No, I don't. I remember Chris Jericho's book. He said essentially like every time he would go to a new company, his first few matches would always stink. He was like, it was cursed. It would suck every time. So he's like, in a few months, he's on the bubble from getting fired, essentially.
Mr. Hughes attacked the referee, Tom Pritchard, and Jericho got disqualified.
Of course. They gave Chris Jericho... Yeah, they gave Chris Jericho failed heater for a bunch of different guys. Mr. Hughes, big, like a big ass dude, but Mr. Hughes they could never make it work with him.
What? Chris Jericho didn't need that.
No,
God damn it! I fucking hate these people, Dusty. Okay. There's some guys in this main event.
Okay.
This is a 6-pack challenge. Which, that's a gimmick match.
Yep.
It's a too many fucking people in the ring gimmick match for the vacant WWF Championship.
Vince
And
McMahon had vacated it after he beat Triple H for it, like a week before
Who vacated it?
Vince McMahon. You heard me.
Hell yeah, dude.
You heard me.
With Stone Cold Steve Austin as special outside enforcer.
That's true.
Is this Steve Austin aligned with Vince?
No, this is okay. Neck injury Austin. He had to have neck surgery.
He had previously been too low.
Oh, wait, no. He's actually not. He hasn't had neck surgery yet. I tell a lie. So he's a special enforcer for reasons that are unknown to me. I imagine Vince McMahon was like, you guys got to be in a 6-pack challenge. Also, guess what? Goddamn Stone Cold.
We don't have a match for Stone Cold, and we have to have a match for Stone Cold. So, yes. Okay. So this is a 6-pack with The Rock, Mankind, Kane, the British Bulldog, The Big Show, and Triple H. Pretty famous guys, Dusty.
Pretty famous.
How'd it do?
3.5, which is not bad.
It's not bad.
So about as good as you can get. But I think if you combine the first 3 or 4 matches, it takes that many to get to 3.5 stars on the rest of this card.
3.5 might as well be 5 stars for a 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, it's
in 1999.
It's just one of the worst pay-per-views in history. That is like smack dab in the middle of it. One of the worst matches of all time. Because here's another gimmick match problem. This match is bad on the scale of how do you explain it to someone else. If you're not a person that watches wrestling and I'm like, hey, come over, I'm getting Unforgiven 99 on Sunday. Oh, what are the big matches? I run them down. And then I go, well, what's the Kennel from Hell? And I go, oh, check it out. There's a cage. And then there's another cage. And then inside the second cage are a bunch of dogs.
Yeah.
Vicious dogs.
Vicious Rottweiler dogs.
And they're like, why are there dogs? And I'm like, well, the bad guy kidnapped the good guy's dog, killed it, fed it to him. Did that guy call the cops? No. What did that guy do? He agreed to have a match with the guy who killed his dog.
Yeah, it's like he's also putting himself in danger.
Right, the dogs don't know who the bad guy is.
The dogs aren't like allied with the guy who had a dog. Like people, those assholes that are like, dogs know. I trust dogs and like dogs more than people. You're lying or you're wrong. But we've got, so Al Snow scorned, ate his dog. Did Big Boss Man eat the dog?
Big Boss Man also ate the dog because he revels in in other people's misery.
Eat the dog, get it on. So this is there's a problem immediately. Al Snow, well, Big Boss Man walks in first, right? Did you have some more?
No, go ahead.
Big Boss Man walks in first. He's pissed. He looks mean. No, Al Snow walks in first. Who walks in first? I think Al Snow walks in first.
Yeah, I think it's Al Snow.
Al Snow is blatantly stealing Jake the Snake's walk-in because he's got the sack over his arm. He's got the same posture. He's got the same even look on his face. But the sack has like bats in it or something. What does he have?
He's got various weapons, yeah.
But so he walks in. Big Boss Man walks in. They bring the dogs in. Now all these dogs are being ushered by trainers, right?
Yeah.
Rottweilers, scary looking dogs.
That's true.
Obviously, some pretty friendly Rottweilers. They're not.
Yeah, there's one with its tongue. There's one with its tongue all the way out, going up to the cameraman.
They forgot to take the sweater and booties off of one of them.
Yeah,
These dogs. So that's the first weird thing. Second weird thing, once they get them into the moat area, they don't unleash these dogs.
No.
Got the handlers are still handling these dogs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can. I know why that is, and I think like as well. But it's like, it immediately the visual of this. I remember watching it when I ordered the pay-per-view. I was like, oh no, like this is going to be nothing because like all these people are around the ring. They're not going to let the dogs in the ring. I thought there was something that you had to do more that would involve the dogs, like in the way that they were pitching it. But like the dogs are just walking around and then they sit down, and I couldn't believe Jim Ross
they're
had
literally
to call this.
they're not walking around. Like they didn't even like spread around the ring. The dogs all stay in one area.
Yeah, because they're interested they're interested in each other.
They're
That's
just looking at each other, dude. They're trying to have sex the
the
whole time.
I can't believe Jim Ross had to call this match. The greatest announcer in wrestling history, in my opinion, and you can tell. He's like, I don't know what to do with this, because they start the match, and this is one of those things again where the gimmick.
At one point, Jerry Lawler goes, "You remember what Boss Man did to Pepper's grave?" And Jim Ross goes, "Yes, he urinated on
it." Yeah, it's this immediately has bad gimmick match on it, because the thing everybody wants to happen will not happen. It's this you can't
happen.
You can't pay it off. So they just start having a hardcore match in the ring with dogs watching, and like the crowd could not care less about this. Like the crowd is giving them nothing in this match.
And yeah, this match falls victim to what a lot of gimmick matches fall victim to, which is the gimmick is not the in the ring match. So you are pulling everybody's attention away from the match in the ring, and the match in the ring now feels very flaccid, and like it's not going to matter, because they know that the actual thing that we're talking about is over on the ramp or is around the ring. Like the next match that we're going to talk about with The Undertaker is very similar, where it's like you kill the whole match because people are waiting for the gimmick, and the gimmick sucks, like.
Well, and they the people want to see a goddamn Rottweiler bite the big boss man's leg off.
I would have paid $26 for that lickety split, dog.
Right. That's what they've sold. And that's what they've sold to you. And then there's just no way that that's going to happen. Like there's a part where Big Boss Man throws Al Snow out of the ring into the moat area. And you're like, oh shit, what's going to happen? The dogs could not care less that Al Snow's out there. They're barking at each other. They're peeing on the floor.
They're just licking their balls, dude. I put on the thing, Al Snow leaves ring, dogs don't care.
Yeah. So then they have to have this hardcore match, and there's a couple of good spots in here. Like the Big Boss Man takes a suplex off the top of the cage, very similar to the one that Hulk Hogan gave him famously in 1989. And then they're just hitting the shit out of each other with weapons. Like there's a part in this match where the Big Boss Man brains Al Snow with a shovel. Like the end of a shovel, he just cracks him in the back.
It depends, because I don't know if he might have hit him twice, but there's one of them that was maybe the worst, like shittiest like shot I've ever seen. He goes meh, like he barely.
Yeah,
I want to try to find it, because
I'm talking about the one where Al Snow's flat on his stomach on the mat, so he doesn't see it.
No, that's right after the bad one. After the bad one.
Ray Traylor might have been mad at himself. He was like, "God damn it!"
Dude, I'm in this match before looked so bad.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm in this match. The dogs aren't doing shit. The crowd hates this. I'm just like, what if I just try to kill Al Snow, and then maybe that'll get the people into it."
He did it the way that you do a concerto, where the guy's head's on the ground and you hit like on the other side of his head, so it seems like you smoked him on the head. It's actually pretty good shot.
I don't know, man. It looked to me like he got Al Snow with it, but maybe I want to believe.
But it is still real to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it. Then they improvise, and the big boss man starts trying to cut his way out through the top of the cage, so he doesn't have to deal with the dogs. That again could not care less that he's there. Like
literally, you didn't even have to do like the throw meat and go the other way to these dogs. You literally could have just walked past these dogs. It's very clear you could have just walked past these dogs.
Al Snow gets control, and there's clearly a spot. I wonder if Big Boss Man had something on under his gear on his arm, because Al Snow is putting the Big Boss Man's arm through the cage and begging a dog to come bite the Big Boss Man, and the dogs are the other way. They're turned the entire other way, and he's yelling at the Al Snow's going, "Hey, stupid, get over here!" And the dog, like they're not doing anything, and the trainers can't get the dogs away from each other. A couple of the dogs look like they're going to get in a fight with each other, but that's it. Like, and the trainers are trying to keep everybody
about
apart.
is each other.
Yeah,
it's all they care. Like, they won't stop just looking at each other. And I genuinely think they just did that because they knew the dogs weren't going to bite him, or Al Snow knew that he could pull his hand, because his hand was exposed. Like, his fingers were out, and that's what was sticking out.
Well, I thought maybe he was trying to grab, like, up on the arm.
Maybe they were trained to do that or something. But,
yeah.
Okay, so I found this is really, 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 really bad footage. Daily Motion has really bad footage.
Yeah.
But you can tell on this one how gingerly he swings at the first swing. Like, disappoint, like, and then he gets down, and this is where trailer like smokes him. There it is, but you can't tell on the video.
Yeah, I think that he really hit him, because I think Al Snow like kind of looks back up at him. But again, it's still real to me, so I could be wrong. So
I think he missed him, but it's close. It is a good shot either way. It's a good shot.
Al Snow gets handcuffed to the top rope, but then he breaks out immediately. Like, the Big Boss Man goes to the other side of the ring to try to get out, and Al Snow like Superman's his way and breaks the handcuffs.
Yeah.
And then he like Snow climbs out and then jumps down, and there's a dog right by the door to the Hell in the Cell cage, and Al Snow jumps down, stumbles like kind of back into the dog, and the dog's like, "Ugh!" And then Al Snow runs out, and nothing, like not one act of aggression from the dog to the guy standing next to him that he doesn't know.
They got these pacifist ass dogs, fed him a full meal before.
Yep.
Probably gave him some of that doggy CBD and put him in there. Like, these dogs are not vicious.
Well, because clearly at the end, the Big Boss Man has to leave the ring area, and he's on the other side. Like, he's on the other side of the cage from the door that he's trying to get out. And clearly there's supposed to be a spot where the dogs chase him to like, you know, give some sort of final justice to Pepper. Yeah. And the dogs could not be less interested in doing that.
If you guys want to check out this match, because it's hilarious, but there's when Al Snow like holds Big Boss Man's hand out of the ring, this is how bad it was. There's two handlers with dogs, I think two, but there's at least one right under his hand, or like close to his hand. They're kind of looking, but not even like really doing. They're just standing there holding the leash of this dog. Like, these guys suck too. And there's one girl who's a handler who like kind of gets it and is like, okay, we got to try to do something, or this is going to be a disaster. And she starts running her Rottweiler over to the Big Boss Man to try to get him to bite his hand. And then they pull his hand back through. But she tried to do something at least.
Yeah. The only thing that the dogs were in danger of was when they were, after the match, they're running back up the ramp, happy as can be, and then one of the handlers trips and falls and lands on his dog. That's the most danger that any person or dog was in this whole match. The Kennel from Hell, exactly 0 dog bites in the match. Negative 3 stars, by the way. just real quick.
When I was looking for the video, it was like Anatomy of a Disaster. Like all the video
Yeah.
titles were like, this is the worst thing of all time.
Well, so this is another part of the criteria. What is the best version of this match? Like
you send Ray Traylor out there with under his pants like chainmail or like some sort of anti-dog shit, you know?
Yeah.
And you have a dog that's trained to bite him.
Yeah.
And it will bite him. Like the best version of this is babyface. I mean, heel has to climb like maybe he cuts. I don't know. Something happens where he has to like try to get out, and when he tries to get out, dog grabs him by the foot, starts shaking his leg a bunch, and like doing all that shit, and allows the babyface to get out, and the dog is the hero. That's the best version of this.
Yeah, because like there's no world where you're gonna let a dog just randomly bite somebody, like because that like a Rottweiler, like if you got what you promoted, one of these guys is gonna die. Like
yes, like, you have to get dogs that are controlled. Like you have to get trained dogs.
Yeah.
So it's like you either have to not do this match, or you have to get a dog that's like trained to bite the big boss man. You gotta have a giant like big boss man dummy that this dog's been biting and humping for like 3 years.
Yeah,
covered in big boss man urine.
The three ninjas situation.
Yeah, if it bites him in the balls, his eyes light up.
Yeah. Yeah, so I watched an interview with Al Snow where he essentially said the same thing. He's like, whenever I got this idea pitched to me, I was like, fine, but we have to get trained animals. He's like, I need a trained animal. Like I need the Chihuahua Pepper. I need a trained animal to interact with. A regular dog is not going to like give me anything to play off of. And they were like, yeah, we got it.
They don't know they're on the TV,
Right. Yeah. We need a working dog. And they were like, yeah, we got it. And then they gave him just a dog that they had found that belonged to somebody, and then whenever they were like,
Pepper was untrained too.
Pepper's untrained also, yeah.
God damn it, dude.
And then he's like, you want to do the Kennel from Hell? He's like, you need dogs that are all from the same school or kennel or group or whatever, and you need like 1 or 2 trainers that can be outside the cage that can give verbal commands to the dogs to do stuff, because you have to have trained dogs to make this work. And they're like, yeah, we got it. And then they got there, and it was like one of the dogs had some obedience training, and then the rest of them were just dogs that were from people in the area. They called like the animal shelter or something. We're like, who owns Rottweilers that we can call?
That's actually kind of surprising. I'm surprised none of these dogs actually like got after it or started humping or like,
No, they did. They just cut away. That like Al Snow was like, they shit and they fornicated and they pissed everywhere. And like that's why they don't show the dogs really. They only show those 2 that get up on their hind legs and like kind of bark at each other for a minute.
And they cut to the awkward handlers a few times that just don't know what to do.
Like, dude, if you would so in that case, if they're untrained dogs and you threw Al Snow out there and they really did go after him, that's even worse. Like that's terrifying. I'm glad they didn't do that. But then you have a match that you can't deliver anything that people would want to see on this match if you have dogs that can't do anything. Yeah. So
they had to have known, like walking in, and that sucks.
Yeah. I'm giving this a 1 out of 10 on Gimmick match scale because it's a complete failure. Like you didn't deliver on anything that you promised to do.
I think I will give it a 2.5 or 3 out of 10
because you want some wiggle room for these other 2.
leaving a bit of room.
Leaving a little bit of room.
For one of them.
So we jump ahead.
But this one is definitely, if I'm ranking them, okay.
Yeah.
Hog Pit is literally, it is Ray versus Eddie at Halloween Havoc compared to...
It's Flair Steamboat compared to the other
100%, yeah. So far, so far, Kennel from Hell match is the leader in the clubhouse for worst WWE gimmick match.
Then we move ahead 5 years. We're at the inaugural Great American Bash for WWE, who resurrected it as formerly a WCW pay-per-view. June 27th, 2004, Norfolk, Virginia at the Scope. 6,500 people. This did a buy rate of 238,000. This is the main event of this pay-per-view is the Dudley Boys versus the Undertaker in a coffin crypt or a cement crypt match.
I forgot concrete crypt.
Crypt. That's right.
I forgot this was the main event.
The main event of the show. So, to briefly catch you up, Paul Heyman is in charge of SmackDown. He's the kayfabe general manager of SmackDown at this point. He's enlisted the Dudley Boys as his heavies to do his bidding. And then he has also decided that he's going to blackmail the Undertaker. He gave him the old easy way, hard way conversation. You can join me and the Dudleys and we can run SmackDown together, or we can do it the hard way. And of course, the Undertaker cannot be bought. He's a free man.
He's a dead man. He's got no need for currency.
Yeah, so they kidnap Paul Bearer, who is there for not any particular reason, because he's not the Undertaker's like full-time manager at this point. He's not even really around.
He's just an old homie, though.
Yeah, right. We know the Undertaker He doesn't care about currency. He cares about Paul Bearer.
If you and I don't talk for 6 or 7 or 8 years, God forbid, if somebody calls me and says I've kidnapped Dusty, I'd ask for their terms.
I hate you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I hear in the background. Is he being really annoying? Is he talking? Is he asking
talking
if
about
you've seen the new Wolverine movie?
Yeah, he's telling you about the Kennel from Hell again, isn't he? So I don't understand this gimmick match. Where's the payoff?
I'm gonna let him sit for a little bit, but I'm gonna come kill you in a second.
Yeah. So he has the urn. So Paul Heyman has the urn. He's trying to control the Undertaker.
I forgot what's in the urn.
The spirit of the Undertaker, basically, is what they've over the years.
It's not like his mom or something. It's like the spirit of the Undertaker. Oh
it's nothing cool. It's just powers, various powers. He can do a sit up from a prone position. The very impressive.
So if the urn were to be destroyed, he is no longer. He turns into Biker Taker.
That's how they got him. If a lightning bolt strikes it, he's just back to being Mark.
Oh man, I'm Mark again.
Oh god damn
Gotta start doing the heart punch.
I don't want to be Mark again. Mark just has real estate holdings. So
controversial political opinion.
Yeah. So the Undertaker does Paul Heyman's bidding for a little while. Then of course he tries to take back over his life. So they've kidnapped Paul Bearer, and now he's like, you got to wrestle the Dudley Boys, and if you don't do the right thing, I've entombed Paul Bearer in this crypt, and I'm going to fill it with cement and kill his ass.
First of all, do the right thing has never been said more times in a span of like 20 minutes in the history of the world. But
not even in the movie Do the Right Thing, which is weird.
100%. I am to believe that the general manager of a company kidnapped a man
on television. Admitted to it on television.
Apparently stole a man's spirit, but we'll get to the legality of that at some point. It might just be air. You can't steal air. Probably expensed a cement truck.
That's how they got Capone, dude. I don't know if you remember.
I know. a giant plexiglass like what is a dunk tank, basically.
Yeah, hired contractors to build a giant tank to contain the concrete.
So he can use. Listen, it's not an employee anymore. I guess, or never was an employee. An independent contract, a citizen.
Yeah.
in some sort of tie the pretty girl to the railroad track scheme
Twirl his mustache
on television.
well
And Vince is just there.
well, and ultimately to what end? Well, like, okay, so he wants the Undertaker to beat people up for him. Like, that's pretty much it. Because there's like, it's not like he runs the WWE if he has control of the Undertaker. He just wants the Undertaker to beat up the guys he doesn't like.
Well, and I gotta tell you, if movies and television shows and just life in general has taught me anything, you want your cronies to be committed.
Right.
If you force somebody to be your crony, you're gonna get backstabbed at some point. You better never turn around, you son of a bitch. You put my pallbearer in a cement box. You know?
Yeah, he's never gonna. His heart's never gonna be in it. The work's gonna suffer if he's being blackmailed. You know, you're not gonna have a happy employee, and that's gonna look bad on the yearly reviews.
The Better Business Bureau is gonna get involved. Yeah. He's never gonna take any risks for you because you stole his urn and put his homeboy in a cement box
and embossed him. Look,
that is a jelly of the month club ass situation.
Yes, you beat up Nunzio, but I didn't feel like you wanted to beat up Nunzio.
Yeah,
you know, I'd like to.
With the fucking, you know,
I'd like you to like to do it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so,
seems like you reluctantly did it.
Yeah. Yes, you put the dishes away, but I want you to want to put the dishes away. So the other thing here again is like, so we talked about earlier, like you're stretching the credibility of what you can do within your gimmick match. I hate you, you son of a bitch. You hate me. Let's get in a cage and one of us has to say, I quit to the other one. I'm going to prove I'm the better man than you. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking get in that cage and do it. You and I hate each other, but you know what? We're gonna settle it with fire for some reason. Okay. A little bit less, but that's fine. Somebody's going in the fire. That's gonna suck.
I want custody of that child. That is your biological child.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put his papers up on up in the rafters, and whoever climbs the ladder first gets the kid.
Yeah, the social workers are cool with it. I want you to beat up people on my behalf, and if not on pay-per-view, I have promised to murder your friend. Why didn't the Undertaker call the police? It's all right there.
Hold on. Why didn't anybody call the police? This is on television. It's live. Paul Bearer has a family, goddammit, and nobody is calling the cops.
He's got two sons in the WWE. Kane and the Undertaker both work for WWE.
Where's
and neither
Kane?
one of them. Yeah.
And Vince is just allowing this to happen. You know how many lawsuits he could get in for allowing sanctioned murder on his airwaves?
Yeah, they called the police when the Four Horsemen jumped Dusty Rhodes in the parking lot of the NWA studios. Like, things have changed drastically from the late 80s.
Let's see, June 27th, 2004. Ray Traylor's still alive.
He's a boss man. Anything.
You have a big boss man backstage. What's he doing? Playing cards?
Yeah, he was busy talking to somebody. He forgot his run-in.
Was he in the organization at the time?
No, I don't believe so.
He's at least paying attention. He's probably watching from home.
You got his number. For sure.
I just see him like eating a bowl of chili beans and just cough when he sees that they're about to murder somebody.
Now look, I killed a dog and fed it to my opponent. That's funny. We're gonna kill Paul Bear.
It looks like he was wrestling in Japan at the time.
300 days, dude, like Hulk Hogan.
Corny, you fell fast.
so it's so stupid. Like beyond stupid. So
well, and this is the thing. I wouldn't put it past the Dudley Boys. You know,
sure, they're in it for the love of the game. As the match will show, the Undertaker still does his full entrance. Your friend has been kidnapped and put in a tomb Look, the people paid. The fine people of Norfolk paid to see me come out. I can't go
And
any
listen,
faster than this.
The funny thing about all this is Dudley's are already in the ring, right?
Right. It's just
For
Heyman. Walk over
it's
there, dude.
just Heyman with the cement truck. You just fucking one hitter quitter Heyman straight to the ground.
Yeah.
He'll run. He's a weasel. And then you just get Paul Bearer out of there and leave.
Yeah. That's so that like this is also another thing where you have to over explain, because like basically Paul Heyman just wants the Undertaker to lose to the Dudley Boys.
And he didn't explain this before. He just kept saying, do the right thing. JR
Right.
and the King keep going. We don't know. Oh, no, it's not JR and the King. It's Michael Cole
and Taz.
And Taz. And
Yeah.
they keep saying that they don't know what the right thing is. Like the whole beginning of this thing. So like nobody knows what do the right thing means. And they're speculating, hey, maybe he just needs to lose the match. Maybe he needs to join them. So, like, there's a little bit of an idea, but still, like, you have your main event is predicated upon a stipulation that nobody knows when they buy the pay-per-view.
Right. And so
it could have been, give me $5. That's the right thing.
Well, and it's like, lose, but joyfully lose, right? So, like, the Undertaker is, like, slowly going to the ground so that Bubba Ray Dudley can pin him, and then Bubba starts talking shit to him, so then the Undertaker grabs him by the throat, and Heyman's like, he's like, we don't do that, and then he starts pouring the concrete in, and the insert shots of Paul Bearer are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, Paul Bearer's doing some of his greatest acting in history. He's just yelling, "To hell with you!"
It's my favorite. My favorite type of Paul Bearer is like disgusted and angry at somebody because he just keeps going, "I hate you, you son of a bitch, Paul Heyman! You just wait till my friend Undertaker gets his hands on you." But it's also like, Paul. Just Paul Heyman just wants Undertaker to lay down for the Dudley Boys right here.
Yeah.
If he just lays down and gets pinned, and so what's his name? Paul Bearer is probably just like, Mark, are you really thinking about letting me die right now? Just swallow your pride, you big stupid son of a bitch. You know how long I walked forward for you holding that urn and telling your stories and putting you over. You're not even going to think about this?
He's like, but you know what? This Taker don't run, dude.
He's got the lever right here, Mark. I hate everybody in this goddamn building, man.
This concrete is heavy as shit. And then the crowd cheers. Like all the people in this arena are complicit in the murder of Paul Bearer. Like men, women, children, everybody's there going, fill it up. Who cares?
Listen, it's Chekhov's concrete box. Like this I'm gonna spoil things. This gets better marks for me than the dogs.
Yeah. It's for sure. So they're like, the other problem, like you talked about, is this match can't fucking get out of the start gate because they can't do anything, because anytime the Undertaker does any offense, Paul Heyman gets on the mic and cuts it off by pouring more concrete into the crypt. So it's like the Dudley Boys are on offense the whole time, but they're not doing moves to the Undertaker. They're just punching and kicking him. And then as soon as the Undertaker starts to gain any momentum, the match grinds to a halt so they can work the gimmick some more.
Yeah, so you can't even get the babyface comeback, like, really. And the whole time any of the match is going on, your brain is thinking about the fact that stupid Paul Bearer is sitting there screaming in that box on the other side of the thing. And Paul Heyman, like, when this match started, I was like, okay, so they need to at least pour some cement in that box. You have to see that the contraption works to show a little bit of danger. Or I didn't say they need to. I said I hope they do. And they did. At the very beginning, Paul Heyman was like, and just to give you a taste of this, pulls the thing and probably a foot of cement falls into this thing.
Up to his shins. Or whatever.
And I'm like, okay, cool. That's good writing. The stakes are real. Like, this is a real thing. Just in case you were wondering if this knife is sharp, it is, right?
Yeah.
And like, so then, like you said, they would start doing the match, and the Dudley Boys are always fun, whatever, Undertaker's a great wrestler for what he does, and like the part where Bubba Ray is standing over the Undertaker yelling at him. I've been waiting for this for years. Weird thing to say. Undertaker reaches up, grabs him by the throat. Like, all that stuff's cool, but like you said, the everything just gets halted out of nowhere, and the only good parts. The only thing I really got any amusement out of in this whole thing was freaking Paul Bearer screaming in that box.
Yeah, he's great. Because there literally is not like nothing to even talk about, because the match, the gimmick of the match precludes the match from having any kind of like sustained momentum. So eventually, the Dudley Boys, they're like fighting in the aisleway, and Heyman's essentially got the concrete up to Paul Bearer's like shoulders, like kind of his chest and his shoulders, and the the announcers keep going, concrete weighs so much, can you imagine? It's like it's got to be killing Paul Bearer. And then they cut to Paul Bearer, and he's mad, but he's as mad as he would be getting cut off in traffic. Essentially, he's not selling the effects of this concrete at all,
because it's really soupy. It's not that big of a deal, but they really want to tell us that it's quick dry.
Right.
It's quick dry concrete, because normally this would take a long time to dry, but this is quick dry, so this is going to dry almost immediately.
And then so the Dudleys are like, "Hey, knock it off, man! We're going to beat the Undertaker. Give us the chance. We'll beat some sense into him or whatever." Wrong.
Which was another thing. Like, so Paul was going to fill the whole thing up, and Bubba Ray's like, no. Let us take care of the Undertaker, and then you can do it. If you can take care of the Undertaker, why does it matter what order this happens in?
Right.
If the goal is Paul Bearer dies and you beat up the Undertaker, because but all it was, hey, Paul Heyman, go ahead and stop for a second so we can let Mark get his comeback.
Yeah.
And beat the shit out of both of us. Thanks.
Yeah. Of course, that doesn't happen. The Undertaker is not laying down for anybody. He beats Devon with a tombstone, and then basically menaces Heyman out of the building.
Bubba Ray with a choke slam. Devon with a tombstone.
Pins Devon with the tombstone.
And you can't just say he menaces him out of the building.
I'm so sorry.
You're right. We can't just gloss over the supernatural element here.
Now, from time to time, it has been in the story of the Undertaker, he has lightning powers. It is canon that the Undertaker only occasionally.
Did Paul Bearer hook up with Storm from the X-Men?
Look, dude. From what I heard, the Undertaker was reading the Necronomicon, and he found the secret passage to be imbued with lightning power. Why he doesn't use the lightning power more often, who knows? A mystery we'll never solve.
It's like D&D. He has to have a long rest in between charges.
Yeah. Why didn't he do it at the beginning of the match if he has the ability to do it at all? He calls down the Zeus-like thunderbolt to frighten Paul Heyman into running away. I guess they were like, do you think they were backstage and they were like, shit, he's gonna beat the Dudleys, and the concrete's already to Paul's shoulders. It'll take too long for him to get up the ramp. How do we stop Paul Heyman from just pressing the lever? And they're like really round tabling it, and they're like,
well, and go ahead.
Well, they're like, I don't know, like, could Kane come out? Kane's his son. Kane should care. And they're like, no, he's on Raw. This is a SmackDown only pay-per-view. Can't call Kane. And they're like, well, what about one of the other baby faces? There's a lot of baby faces. Why don't they want to help Paul Bearer? Seems like they would want to stop a murder. And they're like, well, I don't know. We kind of like the Undertaker. We don't want other people to save the Undertaker. And then just in the back,
do we have any Rottweilers?
Yeah. And then in the back, Michael Hayes is just leaning back and he just goes, what about lightning?
Yeah. How about a lightning bolt?
How
What
about
if he does a
lightning?
lightning
I
bolt?
don't know if you remember 1998. Undertaker can lightning. And
He's
they're like,
and Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes is sitting in a chair in the dark by
yeah.
himself, and he says
Yeah.
that, and then he walks into the light and says, I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember.
What about lightning?
What about
or
lightning?
he does the scratch, like the scene in Jaws where Quint shows up in the town hall meeting and he scratches
He scratches
the blackboard. You know what I do. You know what I'm about. I'm talking lightning. What about lightning? So like a pyro guy's dream, the greatest day of his year. They call down lightning. That scares off Heyman. So the Undertaker can leisurely, at his own pace, walk up the ramp to the concrete crypt. And Paul Bear's so happy. He's like, "My Undertaker, I knew you'd
you
save
did
me."
it! I can't believe you did it! You came and you saved me. I knew you
Yeah,
would.
and he's going, save me, Undertaker. And Paul and Undertaker has the microphone. He goes, Paul.
First,
Oh, go
Undertaker.
ahead.
Hold on. Undertaker gets there. He like walks all the way. He gets there, and then for some reason, he strikes his pose. Is like on his knee, one knee holding the invisible like skull.
The power
Pose
of the
that he
urn,
does.
dude. That's because Paul Bearer used to hand him the urn when he did that. He would like strike that pose to Paul.
Oh,
You think in that
fuck.
moment the Undertaker was like, you know what he'd like? He'd like if I brought it back for a second.
I'm gonna hit him with the pose.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit him with the
he's
pose.
not going to see that coming. He's going to be delighted. And it's like, is he being crushed by concrete? He's got a second. He's going to love it.
He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. So.
By the way, Bubba Ray and Devon completely dead. We haven't seen them again. They're presumed dead. And 2 men have died in the ring because
frightened by lightning is the official cause of death. So he's like, Undertaker gets the mic and he goes, Paul, I have no other choice. Why? You just won the match. What is it? That's the point of the match. I don't know if anybody clued you in backstage, Mark, but you're the winner. So, but of course, for reasons unknown, like the Killer song, fucking Mark Calloway pulls the lever and concrete crips his own manager to death.
Why are you doing this, Mark? All I did was stay loyal to you. This is very confusing in the storyline.
I didn't pick up that one tab in Poughkeepsie, but that was years ago.
It's me, Paul.
And then they just go off the air. You witnessed a murder, no follow up.
Mark, this kind of makes this whole match useless.
You just see the bubbles coming up.
Yeah.
So they immediately cut. They're like, no further explanation is needed. Paul Bear's dead. The Undertaker's the winner. Everybody goes home happy.
And this is the winner / the killer.
Yeah, the winner killer is the Undertaker. And then you might think, what's the follow up to this? The Undertaker murdered his manager. Is the Undertaker a heel now? What's going to happen? No. Next month he gets a world title shot against JBL, who was the heel. He's rewarded for his murder with a shot at the world heavyweight title.
When does Paul Bearer come back?
Canonically, I don't believe he ever returns. I think he comes back for Hall of Fame, maybe. But like in the story, he's dead. He's straight up dead. I could be wrong. He could have come back for something I don't remember. But pretty much he's murdered.
I want to know how they worked that. Like it's not impossible to work. Like I thought of ways to work it, but I'm wondering how they actually did it.
So in the arena, there's a stunt double. I watched a video where Paul Bearer broke it down. So like all the Paul Bearer footage was pre-taped because it's all a one shot on him, right?
I hate the fucking pre-taped footage.
So he had a little button in the crypt whenever they were filling it up. So they did really fill it up to like his shoulders or whatever, but it was all pre-taped and they like through safety. And then for in the arena, they had a guy like a stunt double who's I guess presumably trained for such stunts, and that's the guy that they used for the live crowd. So whenever Undertaker actually pulls the lever and it fills all the way up, that's a pre-taped shot of Paul Bearer. He's
And
already...
so the guy in there, in the arena, probably had like a tube around him, so like it would like protect his head or something.
Yeah. So
apparently, this is according to Google. Paul Bearer returned to WWE programming very briefly in 2004, 2005, but then he reunited with The Undertaker and later aligned with Kane during the Hell in the Cell 2010 storyline.
Oh, well,
and he also appeared sporadically until 2012.
Well, he can't be. I mean, he can't be killed. They've killed The Undertaker like 10 times. So I assume whatever funeral parlor they all worked at was like a Lazarus pit. You know, they could all come back from. That's gotta be a tough conversation when you come back from the dead after your friends decided to murder you via concrete immolation.
Oh, Mark, I get it.
You were in a rock and a hard place, Mark. I understand.
It was a real dramatic thing for the cameras that you did, murdering me in front of thousands of people.
It's a real Sophie's choice between killing me and not having to kill me. I get it.
I understand how that could have been hard.
Yeah, at least I hope it was. You know.
On the following week's SmackDown, hold on. The live audience, however, saw an extended ending in which Bear surfaced for air and was carried from the arena on a stretcher.
Oh,
on
sure.
the following week's SmackDown, Bearer was acknowledged to be alive, although gravely injured for storyline purposes. The rehearsal taping earlier in the day of the Bash, with Undertaker ad-libbing and only half the stunt complete was in an empty arena, was leaked onto the internet dirt sheets and actually broadcast live by accident by many of the TV markets.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I want to see that.
There is I saw footage on YouTube because I found an interview with Paul Bearer where he explained what how the process of how they shot everything. That's how I know there was a double and all that.
And he ended up being a booker for a while after that, and then he re-signed with WWE in 2005. And yeah, he appeared sporadically, like not a whole lot, but.
So this match got one. This got 1 star from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and this match followed a match that we've watched on this podcast. Bradshaw versus Eddie Guerrero in the strap match, where Bradshaw won the title and Eddie Guerrero bled terribly.
Yeah,
I don't know if you recall.
We watched that for this show.
We watched that for this show, yeah.
The Eddie Guerrero story.
So Eddie Guerrero loses the world title, and Paul Bearer gets murdered on television. That's a tough week to have to deal with.
God damn it! And Billy Gunn lost.
And Billy Gunn. So this one, I'm going a 2 for gimmick match. Like as far as the gimmick match part of this, because you were able to pay off the stipulation that you sold it on. It looked ridiculous. The premise is ridiculous, of course, but you were able to actually do something. It's not a Kennel from Hell situation. And so, but it's one of those things where it goes too far and it doesn't make any internal sense. Like that makes it very difficult to make it go any higher. Plus the match sucked bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna downgrade doggy match to 1.5.
Okay, you still got to leave room.
I still got to leave room because I haven't decided if I'm using that room yet, for the record. But I'm downgrading doggy match to 1.5, and I'm putting this at a 2.5.
Okay,
because we paid it off. You
right.
showed the concrete thing and you used the concrete thing. Like the like we talked about, the distracting element and all that stuff. That stuff persists. It's a real thing, but it's still, you showed the thing, you used the thing. The story mostly didn't a lot of the story didn't make sense, but it was like, I'm sure when the Undertaker pulled that lever, a lot of people were like, "Holy shit, man! He fucking killed him!
Yeah.
He killed Paul Bearer."
I can't believe it. Yeah,
Paul Bear's like, neither can I, man. I love that man to the day I died.
all, yeah, I just like even though it paid it off, it's just like it's just too much. Like
Yeah, it's not good.
no, but we have not yet taken the dregs of what the WWE can provide. We're moving on to 2017. We big time jump. Probably a lot of terrible gimmick matches in the meantime, but we're at the piece de resistance here.
Yeah.
Payback 2017, where we watched Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in the House of Horrors match. Payback took place April 30th, 2017, San Jose, California, at the SAP Center. 13,694 people. We could have went to this show, Andrew. It's not far from where we live.
I believe, our friends were at this show.
That's right, and we watched it.
We were like texting them during the show.
Yeah.
I believe it was this show.
Now, what did you have any inkling to know that I had picked this match?
When I saw 2017, I went, this motherfucker, I bet I know exactly what this is.
You hate this match, famously.
I do hate this match.
You hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is coming off of Bray Wyatt being partners with Randy Orton. Turns out that he joined the Wyatt family for a little while. That was a fun storyline. They were the tag team champions. Like that, it was a nice little run. And then
this was just coming out of like peak cool Wyatt family, right?
Yeah, this isn't right in the pocket, but it's not far away.
This is when Bray started to try to get more avant-garde. He started to try to innovate a little bit more. Like, I feel like this is when he started to try to like do his image, like his vision a little bit more. That's me completely like,
I think the
speculating.
What is it? The bloom was off the rose here, because I was a big Wyatt family guy, and I was a big Wyatt family apologist. I thought
both of us loved him.
It's cool. What he's doing is cool and interesting, and there's a lot you can do with the gimmick. And then it started to get really silly, and this was kind of a comeback. The Randy Orton Bray Wyatt storyline was good, and interesting again. And then Randy Orton turns on Bray Wyatt. He goes to whatever shack Bray Wyatt lives in the South, where Sister Abigail's bones are buried or something, which is starting to delve into the negative territory. And he burns it down, and that was cool. The visual of that, at least, is very cool, and it like sent Bray Wyatt over the edge. It's Sister Abigail's a metaphor, maybe. I don't know. In any case, this led to the House of Horrors match. The problem is, unlike the Concrete Crypt, which you can immediately, even if you don't like it, you have an idea of what that could be, right? It's like those are all words that you're aware of. The Kennel from Hell is a thing that you can you understand. The House of Horrors, they didn't explain what any of it was or what it meant. It was just meet me in a house abandoned in the woods, and we're gonna fight.
Those famed San Jose woods.
Yeah. I wrote a note. So stoked to buy a ticket to this show, and then I watch 20 minutes of two dudes fighting on a screen in a blackened arena.
So like we said, we had a couple of friends who were there. I just texted them, and I forgot about this, so I'm glad I texted them. So the House of Horrors match happened third to last, right?
Yeah.
the actual match, at like the vignette match, happened third to last. But you still had to bring them back to the arena later on. So there's a lot of the show left at that time. So it's still light outside.
Yeah, in San Jose.
When they're fighting in the dark on the TV. And apparently the whole arena started chanting, "It's still light out." During the vignette in the arena.
I think I remember that picking up in the arena, like on TV whenever we were watching it. I believe I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I just remember them telling us. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's just there's so much stacked against this thing from the beginning. It's hilarious. Randy Orton shows up in a limousine in his gear, like he's in his wrestling tights and vest, going to this dude's house in a limousine. That
he's got to be ready. That means this is a bad match.
Yeah.
If you need transportation, unless you're Stone Cold in a grocery store, this is a bad. Like Stone Cold in a grocery store was just like. Was Booker T just at the grocery store?
Booker T was just at the grocery store. Yeah. You gotta. Well, Randy Orton, we know that he abides by "stay ready, don't gotta get ready."
Yeah,
you know, he's just always in his gear. He gets out, and there's like immediately it's multi-camera. Like there's a camera in the limo. He gets out. There's a camera outside, and he's looking at the house, and then a creepy tractor rolls by in front of the house that has its own camera, that has its own shot.
It like turns on and rolls by too.
Yeah.
You hear it get ignited.
Like there's so much of this that begs the question. A good gimmick match, a good wrestling match, they should not beg the question. How'd they get there? Did Bray send the address to Randy Orton? Meet me in the middle of goddamn.
It's kind of a bitch to find. So call me when you get to the gate.
I've ordered a pizza, and I have to tell you, I'm not entirely sure it's going to get here on time.
The very beginning. So the tractor goes by. Randy Orton, like scared, walks to the door. Walks to the building, looks in a window. Bray Wyatt is standing in the building. Just standing there looking mysterious. He's got his fedora hat on. Yeah. He's like leaned against a wall under the only light in the building, looking down at the floor. And then he notices that it's Randy Orton looking at him, and he turns and just squares up.
Well, when Randy Orton gets in the house, it cuts to a POV. Who's shooting that? Whose camera is that? Yeah. Like they just showed Randy Orton. He doesn't have a headlamp on. Like it.
It's the Doom the Doom movie. Technology.
It cut to first person, like in Cloverfield. Fucking T.J. Miller's point of view in Cloverfield. They Bray Wyatt ambushes him, and they start having just a good old fashioned redneck fight in the living room. Yeah, and. Okay, so this is where, like in wrestling, this is why you have the arena and you have commentary. In movies, this is why you have music. Because when Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton start going at it, they're really going for it, and they're running into the walls and doing all kinds of shit, and all you hear is just Bray Wyatt's heavy breathing while they're fighting. Like it.
You like that, Randy?
I hiked out here. I realized that's a bad idea. I'm a bit winded, if you ask me.
I hiked out here.
I
couldn't find a place. You know how many shacks there are in these woods?
The Uber driver told me he was leaving me at the crossroad, and that's it.
And then the Airbnb guy forgot to leave a key. I had to walk over to his shack.
I had to call him 3 times about the goddamn Wi-Fi password. I've set up all these cameras. I need them to work. So Randy Orton escapes, and then again, like all cool in theory, but this is not wrestling. This is not things that work for wrestling. Randy Orton goes into this room that's full of creepy ass dolls. But it took somebody to set dress it. So
Dude,
it's either
I made the same fucking point. Fucking Bray Wyatt on a step ladder, just with some twine and some dolls. This is gonna really freak him out.
He's not gonna know what to do.
He's gonna need some new britches after he sees. And then some of the dolls had like little fucking symbols drawn on their foreheads.
Yeah,
and shit.
they're like some of them are just the head, and it's like Eric Rowan's having to pull one arm off of one of them to hand it to Wyatt. It's an all-day DIY project.
They can't all look the same. I want it to feel like I put some time and effort into this shit.
I really hope Randy Orton explores the house, because if he doesn't, this is a real waste of my time. Because you can't win. I don't know if we talked about this. You can't win in the House of Horrors. So I don't know what incentivizes Randy Orton to even go out there. Like, Bray Wyatt, to win, you have to come back to the arena. So it's like, maybe it's like tag, where you have to touch the flagpole and then run back to where you started to win the race or whatever. You can't just go to the arena, because if they're like, hey, do you want to go in the creepy ass woods with a crazy hillbilly and fight him? I'm like, not particularly. And they're like, well, great, because you don't have to.
Yeah, he's like, can I win there? No. Then why would I do that?
Why would I go out there?
They're trying to get me to use the company limo to go out to this bullshit. He's like, oh, dude, don't even listen to Bray. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I worked so fucking hard on this shack.
They're like, Randy Orton's never dealt with this level of insanity. Oh, that's Bray Wyatt. He goes, I want to drive you to new levels of insanity. Randy Orton, of his own volition, lets you know every single week he hears voices in his head.
He's got voices in his head.
They counsel him. Not only are the voices in his head, he listens to them and follows their advice. They're the only ones who understand.
He's been crazy for a long time, man.
Yeah, you can't crack that man. That's the point of the whole thing.
Oh no, a house.
Oh man, I really hope there aren't a bunch of dolls hanging from the windowsill.
From very obviously fishing line.
Yeah, that's gonna weird me out, dog.
I told you he'd see the fishing line.
Then they end up fighting in the kitchen. We're all good redneck fights end up. And like I was
thinking when they had a fishing line, if Randy Orton put Bray Wyatt's head in the sink and turned the water on, and Bray's like, I'm not supposed to get my hair wet because the dreads. I'm not supposed to wash them.
It's only dry shampoo, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. You know how long it took me to culturally appropriate?
You killed Sister Abigail. I'm going to need some new person to roll these for me again. They're fighting in the kitchen. I just kept thinking, like, my wife's going to have my ass if we break the stand to mix her. I just bought her. Those are really expensive. That's KitchenAid.
That's dude. I was trying to find the I forgot the brand. That's a KitchenAid, you son of a bitch. You're supposed to stay in the doll room. She said stay in the doll room.
I have to be honest with you, Randy. I really thought when you saw that doll room, you'd be running for the hills. I never thought it'd make it to the kitchen. I've been telling the boys all day. I can't wait till he gets in this doll room. It's gonna freak him out, man.
He's gonna flip. I said. Yeah. And my wife would always say, the only horrors in this kitchen is when you try to cook, Bray. There's a thing we had.
Anyway. Before you burned our other shack down, anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
We're thinking of trying a new paint scheme out here. I hear the popular thing is you paint one wall a different color. It's an accent wall.
It's an accent wall, Randy.
What is that? How does that grab you?
Can you not hit me with my skillet, please? It's Hexclad, you son of a bitch.
It's what is it? It's T-fall. You're not supposed to get it too hot. It's pre-coated.
And if it's hot, you're supposed to put it on indirect. You can't just put cold water straight on that shit. I just cooked on it. It's gonna get all warped.
It's gonna flake off, and there's probably asbestos in this shit. So
Could you stand under the fridge, please?
Yeah, they're fighting, and they start doing the thing that's in comedy movies where they both fall on the floor of the kitchen, and they're trying to like kick each other while they're still down. And so Bray Wyatt gets up and presumably kills Randy Orton by dropping the refrigerator in the room on him.
And the funny thing about that is that made me, because I forgot about the It's Still Light Out thing. So I was like, did they film that like one take? Because the thing is, they might have filmed it in one take because they destroyed the kitchen. Like putting the kitchen back together would have been a bitch. But like, it doesn't kill Randy Orton. Like it very clearly, like Randy's like, no. There's like a one quick like no, and it like falls and it gets caught. It hits like the cabinet. And then it rolls to its side and lands flat on the floor. So unless you're telling me that this either completely flattened Randy Orton like Looney Tunes style, or it pushed him straight through the floor, Randy's not under that fridge. But Michael Cole goddamn wants you to believe that Randy Orton is under that fridge.
Well, I've got bad news for you, Andrew. This is a pre-tape.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I knew it was a pre-tape, but I was wondering if they did it in one shot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, no, because there's cuts. Well, there's edits. Yeah, but,
and for sure they reshot some of these things. Like Wyatt was like, "Did I look menacing? Did I look mysterious enough?" Yeah. But I'm wondering if the kitchen fight they did and didn't like redo, because I feel like they would have done the fridge falling better than they did, is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't even think this was in San Diego. The house, if my research is correct, or San Jose, is not even in San Jose.
Why would it be? You know what I mean? At this point,
the real estate prices in San Jose, even a shack is going to cost you too much money to bust up. So then the limo driver, he just drives the limo. He doesn't care who's in it. Because Bray Wyatt's like, he's dead. Now he gets to do his villain shit. He crushed Randy Orton with the refrigerator, and he's coming out, and he's like, oh, goddamn. He's like crawling, and he's coughing, and he's like going by, and he's like, man, I hope the Phantom tractor doesn't come by right now.
I gotta stop smoking.
Yeah, he gets in the limo, and he's like, take me to the arena. And like so then, like Andrew said, there's a couple of more matches, because I was like, what the fuck happens? I don't remember what happens. So there's a couple more matches, and then Bray Wyatt's theme starts, and then he does his whole entrance, and in spite of all of this, the entrance still cool, the music still cool, like
the crowd's still holding up their phones.
That presentation fucking slaps. It's awesome. And he gets in the ring, and it's all dark, and he rolls in, and he's like king shit. He's like, he knows, and then the lights come on. Randy Orton's behind him. How did he get there? Who knows? The Uber driver who wouldn't take Bray Wyatt down the dirt road will take Randy Orton. Randy Orton, even his wrestling gear, looks like a safer Uber pickup than Bray Wyatt.
Randy found a skateboard and sketched on the limo the whole way.
Yeah, like Bray Wyatt's going to tell you about all the alternative medicine theories he has if you take him in the Uber.
Acetaminophen. It causes autism.
I'm not saying that it's complete, but there is a corollary. No, out. Get out. I don't want to hear it. If you just
washing your hands or your hair is bullshit.
If you rub peppermint in your T-zone, that'll solve most colds and flus.
Have you ever heard of sunning?
Yeah. I've got a whole case of essential oils back at the arena. I'll give you some. So now they start to have like their a real match in the arena. Randy Orton hits a DDT off the announce table. That looked pretty cool. And then cool. the sub storyline here. Oh,
as if this couldn't have gotten any worse, Dusty.
Yeah, the
sub. How long it's been since I've thought of these people?
Yeah, That's
Go ahead.
probably, what is it, 2017? So 8 years, probably.
Probably about 8 years.
The alternate storyline, the B story, if you will, here is that Randy Orton is feuding with the returning Jinder Mahal because Randy Orton is the WWE champion at this point. So fighting the House of Horrors, dumb as shit for Randy Orton. But anyway, out of nowhere, the Bollywood boys show up, who are the
Singh brothers.
The Singh brothers, who are the like the cronies for Jinder Mahal, and couldn't look smaller compared to Randy Orton. Like, if Randy Orton exclusively wrestled the Singh brothers, they would treat him like Andre the Giant. He looks gigantic compared to these two guys.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, it's Aziz.
Yeah, it's
Aziz's. Aziz and Hassan Minaj.
why are they attacking Randy Orton? So then Randy dispatches one of them with an RKO. He hits the other with a power slam. And then Jinder Mahal attacks Orton from behind with the title belt, which he stole on a previous SmackDown. He hits him with the belt twice. And then Bray Wyatt hits the Sister Abigail and gets the pin. So I ask you, Andrew, what is the point? What was the point of this entire match? Like,
listen,
if Bray Wyatt wins at the house and then Bray Wyatt wins at the arena, what's the point?
And you get a bullshit pre-taped match, and then you get like 6 minutes of a real match in the arena that gets interrupted by the Bollywood boys at a pay-per-view. Like, it is just like, there's no point to any of this. There's nothing redeeming or good about any of this. Like, I think I have to do it, Dusty. I think I have to put this under the dog match because I hate vignette matches. Like, a lot of people liked it wasn't AJ Styles, the cemetery match?
Yeah, the Boneyard.
The Boneyard. A lot of people liked that match.
Yeah.
Fine. Whatever. I hated it. I don't like matches that don't happen live in front of an audience, that you can do multiple takes of things. It takes me completely out of it. There's a reason that wrestling feels different than watching a movie fight, and it's because it's being done in front of people. Yeah. And if it's not being done in front of people, it's just a movie fight. And these guys aren't movie fighters, you know?
Right. This got half a star from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. It barely squeaks out because I don't know if you remember, their match at WrestleMania 32 was also one of the worst matches. Like that match was the one where during the match it kept getting projected on the mat, all the freaky shit that Bray Wyatt was trying to use for mind games against Randy Orton. I don't know if you remember that part.
I'm so sad about not only because Bray Wyatt died, because I like the guy. Like, he seemed like a really good guy, and I like that he took risks, right? But like, a lot of the risks he took, that freaking, I bet it was a toss up between this and the cage match. What was the cage match with Cena?
Oh, no, not the cage. Yeah, it was just a cage match.
But
he's
I
got
thought
the
it was
whole world
called
in
something.
his hand. I don't think
John
so,
Cena's about to leave, and then he hears a kid start singing, and so John Cena's too scared to leave the cage. Then when he could have just walked a foot and a half forward and won the match first.
It's mind games, dog. You didn't think about mind games.
Jesus Christ.
This is the part of like supernatural wrestling or supernatural characters where like they go too far, and I don't know if it was Bray Wyatt's idea. I don't know if it's somebody else's idea, but like, he's a cool Southern cult leader dude with tons of charisma. But as soon as you start going, well, he's like, I don't know, he's like the devil, and he's got all this freaky shit. Or you have to start explaining, like, no, he shows up hours early and he sets up all the shit so it looks creepy because, like, that's just a thing he likes to do. Like, it ruins the illusion or the aura of the character. Like,
because now it's not believable. We don't believe in magic, bro. Like, and it's like it got too many, like we talked about. Like, Like you just said, he was a cool Southern, like Louisiana cult leader in his Tommy Bahama clothes,
Yeah.
and like that was cool. And he had the guys. He had and he had the dirty shirt guys, Harper and Rowan, and all
Yeah.
that. And like
The Dirty Shirt
they
Gang.
there was redeeming qualities about that. You could feasibly have good storylines with a thing like that. You could have great storylines with a thing like that. You're never gonna do good things with vignettes and like I hated the Fiend. Oh yeah, let's create a wrestling character that you can't hurt. That's a good idea. Like
Yeah.
it's just there's just I once again I commend Bray Wyatt for taking risks and for trying to be original, because a lot of the stuff is original, you know.
Right.
But I do think he got a little bit too over his skis with this, and like he completely ruined. Because I do think it was him. I could be wrong. This is just speculation for sure, but just based on like what I hear about like his vision for wrestling and all these things that he wanted to do, it seems like these things were his idea.
Yeah,
But
a lot of it did seem to be his idea. Like, there's a reason they never show the Joker setting up his traps or his plan, because that would ruin the allure or the aura of the thing he's doing. Like, if you really had to think through, like, okay, he's got to hire all these guys, and then they have to go ahead of him, and then like build a Joker truck that has the freaky shit on it, and what like it's you start to lose it if you're confronted with the idea that like there's legwork to put into these things if you're going to have a House of Horrors match or like a fight on the Wyatt compound or whatever, and that there's wrestling and there's movies. Like you said, it's a perfect breaking point because like there's no music in the cinematic matches, so then you're just hearing guys just beat each other, and it's terrible. There's no commentary to add to it. There's no fans to add to it. You also can't take bumps and do wrestling moves at the boneyard or the
there's no crowd. It's less believable. You can't even win at the boneyard. Like there's so many
yeah
bad things
yeah.
that's why it was bad. It was awful. How many stars did this get?
It got a half a star, I believe. Let me double check for you.
Because the few minutes of wrestling that we got that didn't involve a house or the Bollywood boys
was pretty okay.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Like that, like you said, that DDT on the announcer's table was cool.
Yeah, half a star for the House of Horrors, which is only slightly better again from that WrestleMania 33 match. Like these guys had great chemistry as far as characters go, because like the build up to this where Randy Orton reveals he was like a double agent the whole time and he double crosses Bray, like all of that stuff was cool, but they just wanted too much theatrics in it. Like even the WrestleMania match, which was supposed to be a standard match, Bray Wyatt's projecting like maggots on the match or on the mat during the match, and then you have to go like, well, who'd he talk to backstage about doing that? And like, like he's like, oh, that'll really freak Randy Orton out. And like that's where you lose it, 100% where you lose it. If there's a secondary issue, same thing with the why doesn't the Undertaker or somebody who works for WWE call the police whenever they kidnap Paul Bearer,
And that's why I think like they should they should do but limit backstage altercation stuff. Like anything that doesn't happen in front of the crowd, they should limit in wrestling. And I'm not saying they should never do. I think they should limit. I think they should never do creepy House of Horrors bullshit. Like if they do something that's outside of the arena, it should be like they did the Stone Cold and The Rock with the bridge. Maybe somebody doesn't go over the bridge, but you do the Stone Cold and The Rock with the bridge, or like stuff like that. That's totally fine. But like, limit it, and we can't start getting supernatural and weird about it. There's no reason for Randy Orton to sign up for this or to go. Like there was a reason for Stone Cold to go and confront The Rock at that bridge.
Right. He had the smoking skull belt. That's Austin's goddamn belt,
Yeah.
So House of Horrors match House of Horrors house could be yours for $36,000, according to this article from 2017. So you could have bought the House of Horrors match right after Randy Orton was tried to be killed by a refrigerator.
Where is it? Does it say where it is?
I'm looking at the article. It looks pretty like pretty much like they had it. I assume the doll room had been cleared out. I don't see the address for it, but I could be wrong. Riverview Realty, I think.
I'm looking on here, but anyway.
Yeah. So it's
It's in Richmond, Missouri.
Richmond, Missouri. Yeah. So this is the lowest on my current ranking. I can't believe the hog pin match is by far the best match that we watched.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It goes for me. It goes number one. I'd say number one hog pen, number two, concrete crypt.
Yeah.
Number three, kennel of death or whatever it is. Number
Kennel
four,
from Hell.
Kennel from Hell, even worse. Number four, House of Horrors.
Yeah. Just really.
And that sucks because the worst one is the most recent. So it's like,
yeah,
because this is some bullshit they would have done, like when the Hulk was saying it's not hot,
right.
But
well, and the worst one has the two of the most talented guys.
Yeah, that is true.
And so that really hurts it. But so this week we have the rankings that we have for now, and next week we're going to dive into the world of WCW, which I'm even more excited about because there are at least production value to the WWF's bad gimmick matches. And just imagine the bad WCW gimmick matches.
Well, we've seen a couple.
We have seen a couple.
We've seen a bunkhouse match.
Yeah.
We've seen a sock filled with quarters on a pole match.
Yeah.
Is the bunkhouse match the flatbed trailer driving down the street with Dustin Rhodes?
No, that's called the King of the Road. We have not
King
seen
of the Road match.
Yeah.
We have. We watched it for our previous podcast.
Oh, I thought we'd never seen it. Okay.
No, we have seen that, but we don't. If it makes the list, it makes the list. I will
Sure.
rewatch Matt because people listening to this podcast might not have listened to the previous podcast. Let's not skip any that would have made the list.
We watched for our previous podcast. We watched the cage match to end Hulkamania, the 14 guys versus Hogan and Savage in the giant triple cage.
Is that the Doomsday Cage?
The Doomsday Cage, yeah.
Yeah,
that's where impossibly, in spite of the fact that Ming and Barbarian are right there, they pin Ric Flair yet again. Hogan pins Ric Flair to win that match. Yeah,
you know what I should do, brother.
I think the job. We got to keep Ming strong, brother.
I think I should pin Flair.
Yeah, I've got some choice ones picked out. Sting is the Undertaker equivalent in WCW. There's a lot of bad Sting gimmick matches I could have picked, but I limited myself. So next week, tune in to see which ones I picked. Let me know for this week. Andrew, drop the socials at the top. Come and find me. Tell me matches that I should have put on this list that might stink worse than the ones that I picked. I'm interested to know what the people might think.
So just to be succinct about it, just in case I need a clip or something, we've got 4 worst gimmick matches in WWE is Triple H versus Henry O. Godwin, right?
That's correct.
In an Arkansas pig pen match, is that what it is?
Yeah, Arkansas hog pin match.
We've got The Undertaker versus the Dudley Boys with Paul Bearer in a concrete crypt for a concrete crypt match.
Yep.
We've got Al Snow versus Big Boss Man in a Kennel from Hell match with a bunch of Rottweilers around it.
Yep.
And we've got Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton in a House of Horrors match from what is it? Payback 2017. Is that what it
Payback
is?
2017. Those are 4 terrible matches we watched this week.
And we talk about it on this episode.
Yeah. So enjoy. Thanks to everybody who listens. We appreciate you. Thanks for everybody who's replied to TikToks or YouTubes or any of the things that we've been putting up. We appreciate it. We're trying to build a fan base to interact with. So thank you very much. And we'll be back next week. Find out which WCW gimmick matches that Andrew will have to watch.
I haven't watched WCW slop in like 2 weeks.
A fortnight. A whole fortnight for you.